The MCU is a universe of multiple universes with hundreds and thousands of superheroes. From a lucky girl who spreads a bit of magic everywhere she goes, to what one may say is an omnipresent unipower, here are 5 Marvel superheroes that I bet you've never heard of before. In an interesting turn of events, the world was recently introduced to Kahhori. The big reveal wasn't actually made by Marvel itself, but is a part of Funko's collectibles hitting Walmart. The character has no origins in Marvel Comics and is completely new. From her appearance, Kahhori looks to be Native American, sporting woven clothing, feathers in her hair, and even traditional face paint. I mean, come through inclusivity, Marvel, but why did it take so long in the first place? Better late than never, I guess. According to Funko's Soda Can, Kahhori's all set to be introduced in the upcoming What If installment. They delayed the second installment of the season last year, so new merch production means we'll finally get to have our Marvel dose soon. So what do we know about Kahhori so far? Honestly, not a lot. Usually when a character comes onto the screen, the basis for it can be traced back to comics. Kahhori is a wholly original hero, and the mystery around her makes me even more intrigued to see what's coming. Fans have speculated that she could be linked to Cox's Echo because both share Native American roots.
If it's okay with you, I'd like a couple of days off to clear my head.
Kahhori was only a warm-up to the amazing list I've made for you. Now that we've gotten the freshest hero off the press out of the way, let's look at some superheroes who've been on the block for a while. We've got another badass lady warrior with us, y'all, and her superpower is something I definitely want. Shamrock, aka Molly Fitzgerald, is from Ireland, and her superpower is that she possesses the luck of the Irish. Her powers are mystical, and our magic lady is a vessel for displaced Irish poltergeists, or were victims of crime. Whatever luck the poor souls were left with is basically transferred into Shamrock. Her powers allow her to project a probability field 20 feet around her body. Apart from my lucky gal, 3 other Marvel characters work with probability fields: the Black Cat, the Scarlet Witch, and Longshot. Shamrock first appeared in 1982 in Marvel Superheroes Contest of Champions #1. Over the years, she's made fleeting appearances in The Incredible Hulk, Alpha Flight, Guardians of the Galaxy, and a lot more. After 13 years of absence, the lucky girl last appeared in 2013's Fearless Defender #9. Being a patriot, she mainly operates from Ireland. Next up, I have some more Native American goodness. American Eagle, aka Navajo Hero, is one badass. So despite being the second Native American on my list, I'm not sure why Marvel doesn't feature them as often. While they make an appearance and gain momentary popularity, they're usually badly written and simply fizzle out. There needs to be more exploration into this demographic, because when you consider the rich history and lore of the Native Americans, it's a sea of potential villains and plot devices. I mean, have they learned nothing from Twilight's La Push lores? So Jason Strongbow, aka American Eagle, was battling a mining company owned by Ulysses Claw. During the showdown, he got blasted with the Master of Sound's Sound Ray and uranium. This resulted in Strongbow gaining enhanced senses and superhuman strength. I know this sounds a ton like Captain America.
I can't let the doctor find him first, Tony. I can't.
Steve.
But if the white boy can get that much press, why not Strongbow? The man was last seen working against the Avengers Initiative. Well, mainly against Norman Osborn and Tony Stark. The American Eagle lives on the Navajo reservation just outside the country's jurisdiction. Is this a metaphor for belonging to the country but not really? Guess we'll never know. Moving on, this superhero is one of my favorites. Captain Universe is a hero without a body. And no, I'm not kidding. This superhero literally exists without a physical form and is one of the most ignored in the MCU. This person, or rather a spirit, has a ton of memories and powers, and the recipient becomes the physical manifestation of the Unipower. Their power allows the host to gain a bunch of powers based on its physical form. Too complicated? So A, we're talking about a powerful bodiless force that works within the universe. B, when it possesses an average person, they're granted superhero powers and their own physical ability is enhanced as well. So for your average Joe, you're looking at the ability to fly, 10 times his normal strength, matter manipulation, and even Fire Force bolts. Do you see why he's one of my faves? The good things don't just end here. On top of powers, the host also has the memories of all the other people the Unipower has possessed. Well, at least for the time it's possessed by the person. Damn, I can only imagine the strength it'd give the Hulk or Spider-Man. Sadly, the character's only brought for a limited series or a single shot. One of the most popular arcs with it is when it possessed an Earthman and was part of the Guardians of the Galaxy. The best part? There's always a Captain Universe because literally no time passes between moving from one host to the next. Coming up, the superhero is truly a man of the masses. Well, the working class. Union Jack is Britain's own working class hero, where the Americans have Captain America.
Assemble.
Is Union Jack the British variant? Let's find out. The similarities are rather similar, to be honest. Like Captain America passes the title from one man to another, so does Union Jack. The man has no superpowers and only operates with a revolver and a large knife. Maybe sheer bravery and balls of steel are his superpowers. The three men who've donned the costume of the British hero have all been trained British operatives with exceptional athletic abilities. The first Union Jack was Lord Montgomery Falsworth, who fought in the Second World War. His son succeeded as Union Jack later. Currently, the role has been reprised by Joseph Chapman, who's the son of a working-class shipbuilder. He was also one of the main characters in Invaders and has made multiple appearances as Captain America's British ally.
Some of these men need medical attention. I'd like to surrender myself for disciplinary action.
That won't be necessary.
Low-key, I hope they give him some superpowers, because Union Jack sort of sounds like Black Widow to me, only way less cool than my girl ScarJo. I mean, at least the American variant has superhuman strength. Finally, I bring to you the Forgotten One. Or is it truly forgotten the way he's treated? Sorry, couldn't resist making that pun. This superhero is truly one of the strongest Marvel characters, but never really gets the credit he deserves. He's an Eternal, and among his group, he's known as Hero. However, we know him as Gilgamesh, Hercules, and Samson. According to him, all of Hercules' labors should be attributed to him because he's the one who did them. Now, if you put the two together in a room, I honestly can't say who'd survive.
Do you understand me, my son?
Yes, Father.
If you haven't picked up on it yet, the Forgotten One has insane amounts of strength, which puts him in the same league as Thor, the Hulk, and Hercules. What's even more interesting is that he fights alongside frigging angels to fight off giant beasts. This brings us back to where we started. The poor man's never credited for the work he does. Despite being a part of the Avengers, he's the last one to show up in any Eternals storyline. True to the brand, they did not even include him in Neil Gaiman's limited series for the Eternals. Once again, forgotten. And there you have it. Some amazing Marvel heroes you've never heard of, and a +1.